choose, T. It's either me or it's Meech, but you can't do both.
Didn't help. I can't do that.
It's a crime to lie to a police officer. You do understand that, Nicole?
We in too deep. Talk!
I'm not giving you an extension. Detective Lopez told me you were hiding something. If you're dirty, I'm gonna wash you out to dry.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love BMF, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about BMF Season 1, Episode 7. This is the What to Expect video for Episode 7, and it is based off the trailer that they put out. Now I'm going to tell you right now, based off this trailer, you can already tell things are getting very, very serious. We saw what your boy Lamar did in the last episode. Now it seems like the authorities, they're trying to put a lot of pressure on Nicole and try to see what they can get up out of her. So we're going to talk about that in this video. Now make sure you checked out my episode 6 recap that I dropped yesterday, an explosive episode. Your boy Lamar, he wasn't playing around at all. And now we're going to see what Meech and Terry are going to do. They have to figure out a way to stop this guy, because if they don't, Lamar's going to get closer and closer to the family and end up, causing more harm than he's already caused. So let's begin, man. What do we see in this trailer? What can we expect from episode 7, titled All in the Family? Now, as you can see, LaWanda, she's not playing around anymore, and she's giving your boy Terry, some options. Is whether me or Meech. And you cannot choose both. He cannot choose both. So he has to decide. And we already know that Terry has chose his brother time and time again his whole life. So this is going to be, a big decision for Terry, in my opinion. He doesn't want to mess up his family, but at the end of the day, we already know Terry ain't about to stop hustling. It's just not going to happen. Now, we can expect Detective Brian and Meech to have a very interesting conversation. We know what Lamar has done, and it seems like someone needs some help. To be honest with you guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Detective Brian helps Meech get rid of Lamar, or vice versa. At the end of the day, Detective Bryant needs someone for all these bodies that's popping up. He needs somebody, and Meech understands exactly what's going on. He knows the person that's responsible for these bodies. Now, not all the bodies are on Lamar. We know B. Mickey, he has a body on him. But for the most part, Lamar has definitely caused a lot of tension and problems for Meech and, to be honest, your boy Detective Brian, because he has to clean up all this stuff, and he has a lot of explaining to do with his job. So we're going to see if Detective Brian and Meech can come up with some type of game plan to try to get Lamar. But definitely they have to think about something, and that is, neutralize Lamar. Now, as we saw in the trailer, we can see Meech and Terry, they're going to try to find out what's going on with their sister Nicole. And Nicole's going to have a lot of pressure on her, because they're going to be asking her these questions about what happened to Darius. And we already see in the trailer, they're asking her and pretty much telling her lying to a police officer is breaking the law. And that is something that you do not want to do. You don't want to lie. Now, hopefully, Pastor Swift, they can get Nicole a lawyer. This time, Charles does not screw that up. But she's going to have someone that's going to represent her, especially if they believe she is lying or whatever. At the end of the day, Lamar did this. And y'all already know how they do in the hood. Don't snitch and everything like that. But will Nicole actually tell the truth? And we know the parents are going to be in the building. As I told you guys, Charles. And I want to know if he's going to tell her, look, baby, just tell the truth. Tell them what you saw. Who did it? Let them know. Hell, she already told her dad that, your boy Lamar came and ran up on Terry at the mall. She doesn't know his name or whatever, but she definitely knows what he looks like. So we're going to see how that all plays out. Now, also, we can expect Meech and Terry to start to realize that maybe they need to really take Lamar serious. I mean, how long is this going to take? Meech is telling Terry, we are in too deep. Yes, you are. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you are. Now it's time to figure out what you need to be doing next, because any more mistakes, it's going to cost y'all a whole lot. So hopefully we see what's going to be happening at the end of the day. Even though all this stuff is going on, we already know Meech is all about business. So most likely they're going to try to, formulate a plan to hopefully take down Lamar. At the same time, they're going to continue to run this business. Also in the trailer, we see your boy B Mickey, and he's got the strap. And as you guys have been saying, which is quite obvious, this dude is carrying around the same strap that he had that took out J Mo, which is completely stupid. I mean, I know it means so much to him, and it is like family. It's protected him and his mom from an abusive relationship. At the end of the day, B Mickey needs to be a little bit smarter. Now, speaking of being smarter, he is going to confront Kato. Finally, Kato is going to be busted. The question is B Mickey really going to pull that trigger? Now, we're going to see what Kato is going to say. We know she's always able to, ease out of these very, very tough situations. So maybe she's able to get out of this. But at the end of the day, B Mickey needs to get those answers, and he needs to report this information back to Meech and Terry. This way he can prove that he is loyal and that he is, down for the cause. But if he gets that information from Kato and decides to protect her after the fact, that's going to create issues down the line, in my opinion. Then we get to your girl, Big L and Terry. They're going to be meeting up in this next episode and having a very interesting conversation. We know that Terry done messed up. We saw in the last episode the things that he went through. And Big L is telling him, look, I'm not giving you an extension. She's not having any of that. And that's the last thing that Terry wants to happen. You don't want to start off with a bad business relationship, right? She put trust into Terry. She thought he can do the job. And now, him slipping up is a bad move. So he definitely has to make those quick adjustments and prove that, look, he is a guy that she can count on to get the job done. So hopefully Terry can get it all together. Like I told you guys, even though Meech and Terry are going to be going through all these different things with Lamar and Pat and stuff like that, at the end of the day, they will continue to try to stick to business. It has to keep going. And also in the trailer, we saw, of course, your boy Detective Bryant, Detective Lopez. And it seems like Detective Lopez has went to Commander Mars and told her some things. We haven't really seen anything after the fact that Detective Lopez saw Detective Bryant, pretty much making a deal with Meech. Now, we didn't see anything in episode 6. It seems like the aftermath is going to be in episode 7. Detective Lopez, he has went to Detective or Commander Mars and told her the information that he knows. And she is telling him, pretty much if he starts to go down, she is going to watch him sink pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So now all the pressure is on Detective Bryant. You got Detective Lopez all over his back. He thinks he has something to do with protecting and working with Meech and Terry. Now he done went and ran to Commander Mars, and now she's going to think the same thing. So Detective Bryant, he has a lot on his plate, as I told you guys. He got all these bodies popping up at the same time. We got his own job, thinking he's involved or he's, a part of all this somehow, some way. So he has to make sure he definitely does not make any mistakes. And I guess working with Meech, trying to figure out a way to take down Lamar. Some of you guys have said maybe they're going to frame Lamar. At the end of the day, Lamar, what he has done to Darius is definitely not right. Plain and simple. Now, he definitely is going to have to pay for that, especially since it was in broad daylight. At the end of the day, we know how the law is. We know how tricky it can get, and how they play certain people when they want to take down a certain person. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Will Nicole actually tell the truth? Will Lamar finally be neutralized? Will Pat finally be neutralized? Because each and every week we had the same conversation. Just think about it. Each week it's the same, question about Lamar and Pat. And each week that these guys are able to, I would say, do what they want to do, bad things happen for Meech and Terry. Will this be the episode where Meech and Terry finally, do what needs to be done? We're going to find out very, very soon. But you guys leave your theories, predictions, everything down below. I will be breaking down the actual description of the episode once it's released this week as well. But thank you guys for all the love, all the support. Stay tuned. We got more BMF content dropping very, very soon. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.